Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm at another undisclosed location because guess what? We have it. This is the all-new 2021 Toyota Venza. Being lucky as we are, Toyota gifted us a fully loaded limited trim. But before we get into the return of the Venza, let's talk a little bit about the history of this particular vehicle. So this vehicle first hit the streets in 2008. It was a new alternative to a crossover SUV. In 2015, they ended production, and that was the last anybody heard of the Venza. Now, this all-new 2021 Venza is a return of the name, but in a different type of format. This is a hybrid-only vehicle. So what that means is you're gonna get maximum fuel sipping capabilities, but you're also gonna get all-wheel drive no matter which trim you go with. There are 3 different trims, LE, XLE, and the fully loaded limited trim. And another interesting fun fact about the new Venza is that in other parts of the world, like Japan, this is actually called the Toyota Harrier. So just to let you know, in case you ever hear Toyota Harrier, you'll know what that means. One thing is for certain, Toyota has created this new Venza to slot in perfectly between the Toyota RAV4 and the larger Highlander. And what they have done is they brought styling that really blends in nicely with their premium brand known as Lexus and a bunch of great new technology. So let's go ahead, dive into this mid-size 2-row SUV known as the Venza and see, really, is it the ultimate? Is it that one to get when you're looking for a crossover hybrid vehicle? Right off the bat, all new styling. Love the free-flowing lines, very, very smooth shape. You'll notice when we look at the headlight housing, they did a great job keeping it slim, keeping it trim, and then you're gonna get full LED headlights and these very tastefully done LED daytime running lamps. Now, as we come down a little bit, you'll see how it the front fascia extends out. You do have functional side air curtains. And then as you drop down, you'll see the beginning of some flat black. Now, what's nice about the flat black, it's gonna wear so much nicer, and I think that's one of the things I like about the Venza over the RAV4 hybrid, not a lot of gloss black, and I think that's a great thing. Look at the beautiful silver trim underneath the headlight housing. It drops down, and then we come across the center grille area. Now, you'll notice some nice design element. They actually have this plastic cover over another piece of plastic underneath that has these nice lines, really shows flow. And what I really like about hybrids today is no longer do they look like science experiments or an art project that some 10-year-old did. What's even more interesting is that this is the 20-year anniversary of the Toyota Prius that really put Toyota on the map for that hybrid technology. But great flow to it. You have your Toyota hybrid badge. Look at how the hood cascades down very nicely into this upper portion of the front fascia. And then you're gonna have a forward-facing camera on the limited trim, some functional radiator venting up top. The rest of it is blocked off. Normally I would zonk that, but this being a hybrid vehicle, we gotta cheat the air somehow. But I really love the luxury aggressive look. Nice combination, little bit of chrome trim along the bottom, and then you have full functionality out of this lower area. Now you have over 7 inches of ground clearance, and of course this is sitting on that TNGA global architecture, so you're gonna get a nice platform for this Venza to drive on. As we hop up, look at this simplicity. I like it. They took the corners here, brought those lines into the hood, and just ran them towards the A-pillar. You could see the height difference between where the headlight housing is and how high it rises for the hood. As we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire stuff. Now, with this being a limited trim, look at these beautiful 19-inch wheels. Love the multi-spoke design. It almost has a hand polished appearance to it. Really, really clean. And what I like is that there's no flat black and no gloss black. Super smooth, very, very nice bold line into the fender. You have your hybrid badge, tasteful, good placement. We continue down the side, you're gonna get color match, this beautiful, this thing sparkles like a ruby in this Florida sun. Color match mirror caps, a little bit of flat black, but then you're gonna have LED turn signals with some chrome trim. I do like the chrome trim around both the top and the bottom of your side glass. Up top, we have a first time ever. It's called the Stargaze roof. It's a full one-piece glass roof that, using special technology, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you could actually have it be opaque or clear, all by the press of a button. It's really wild technology. Wait until you see that. You can see the belt line has a nice curve to it. Simple flat black on the lower sill, and I'm glad. I'm glad it's just flat black. Now, my one zonk that always makes me scratch my head is, why do they put the all-wheel drive badge here? I guess because the electric motor, there's an electric motor that drives the rear wheels, and since we're at the rear, that's where to put it. I think they should just put it on the back hatch area, just one. But that's just, I think I'm being nitpicky at this point. We get into this rear quarter window, nice sharp triangle. I love the way it almost separates the whole rear pillar here. You can see the different elements of design. The low roof spoiler, how it extends off the back, little bit of gloss black to give us that aerodynamic efficiency, and you have a nice sparkly red, ruby red shark fin antenna. Now, when we get to the rear, look at the design element. Look how this rear portion kind of extends out, even with the taillight housing. You got your tasteful, the return of the Venza badge, really exciting. Every time I've stopped in this vehicle, people either say, wow, is that a new Lexus? Or they see the Venza name and they're like, I love my Venza. It's cool that it's back. And I tell them that, hey, this is all new. Really, really nice the way they did the taillight housings. You have your limited badge, hybrid badge, really super clean. Look at the curve here, this curvature that they have on the back hatch. And then as we drop down, a little bit of chrome trim that we took up front. Simple, nice. You got your Toyota hybrid badge. And then this lower area is gonna have your LED turn signals and your reverse lamps. Now, I'm gonna zonk it. I don't like it, especially if I'm behind a vehicle like this, I don't like it when the turn signals are down below. It would have been nice to integrate it all into that rear taillight, but I know that it's super thin, so they only had so much real estate. As we drop down, back down, you have the flat black that's followed us all the way around. And then I actually like on the hybrids how you do have an exhaust that's visible. So you have one tailpipe on each side. It's got a decorative, nice tip on it on each one, nice slash cut. But why don't we go ahead, looking at this thing is beautiful. Why don't we pop the hood and see what's powering the 2021 Venza? All right, guys, we do have the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. The good news is it's all the way over to the passenger side. Underneath that hood, if you've been watching Rady's rides for a while and you've seen the RAV4 hybrid, it's the same exact setup. So you're looking at that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline four. It's gonna be paired to a couple electric motors up front and an electric motor out back to give you a combined 219 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 7.4 seconds. You do have an eCVT on this particular Venza. Weight, you're looking at 3,913 pounds. It's got a 14.5 gallon fuel tank. And the great news, where you're gonna be the big winner, is MPGs. You're looking at 40 combined, 37 in the city, 39 on the highway. And if you've been worried about electric batteries and how long they're gonna last, Toyota takes care of you. They're gonna give you a 10-year, 150,000 mile warranty on the lithium ion battery pack, which is located right underneath the rear passenger seat. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the inside of this Venza and see what new technology is in store for us. All right, guys, we're inside the 2021 Toyota Venza. I know you're at that point, you're like, Joe, I love the look of this thing. I can't wait to see how it drives. How much is it? They're gonna be available starting at the end of August into September, so fall. You're looking at, if you go LE, because remember I said you have 3 trims, LE, XLE, and Limited. If you go LE, you're looking at a price point of around $32,700. If you want everything that we're showing you here, you're looking on the Limited, a price MSRP of $39,900. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, they knocked it out of the park. Look at that. Soft touch material across the top. The stitch work is great. You got a little bit of silver trim there in the center. And then this almost like stone gray texture, more silver trim. And then I'm really digging the design on the switch gear, around the switch gear. It's not gloss black. It's not just flat black plastic. Very classy. The armrest is soft. The only zonk is that the door pocket's a little small. So maybe only a couple Taco Bell tacos and a bottle of Coca-Cola to wash it down. I like the Venza trim on the speaker cover there. As we get to the dash, soft touch material. Look at the silver around the AC vent. Soft touch, soft touch. There's that nice almost like stone material with a little bit of silver. And then look at what we have here. When you go limited, you go big. That's a 12.3-inch infotainment system, touchscreen of course, with the JBL premium sound system. That's a 9-speaker system. Navigation, really easy to access. On the right of the navigation, you'll see the AC controls. We have heated seats, we have ventilated seats. And the good news is that they actually circulate the AC through the seats, which is kind of cool. Now, if you're wondering, well, I don't want to reach over there. I'm the driver. I don't want to reach for my seat controls. Well, guess what? You can flip it right over to the other side. Ultra easy. We can get into the actual AC controls all off the touchscreen. Little bit of gloss black, which I'm not 100% concerned is going to make that much glare. It's just a little bit. Let me show you. We have forward-facing camera. Look, we're doing our 360. So say you're parked at the mall parking lot. It's nighttime. You could do a 360 scan. Make sure you don't have any creepers that are about to come touch you or something or do something weird. And then there is our Venza, that beautiful ruby color. Really, really digging that. I'll get us back to infotainment. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me put it into reverse. There's our backup camera with trajectory, and you got the 360. Nice, fine touches. We drop down, you have the beautiful silver, a little bit more gloss black, but what's cool is that they actually integrated the buttons into the actual trim here, which really cleans it up nicely. AC controls, if you don't want to touch a screen, you could touch this area. You have your radio controls, there's no actual knob. And then I like the way, it may seem weird, but I like the way they mounted the power button here because there's really no room next to the steering column. And then I'm going to put this into drive so that Victor can showcase his crazy camera skills. Deep down in there, you have 2 USBs, an aux jack, and a wireless charging pad. Electric e-brake. I like the way this extends in. Really different. And then look, they even have the same textured trim from the door panel. They brought it to the interior here. Very nicely done. This is going to control that eCVT transmission. Stitch work is great. Soft touch material is awesome. You do have regenerative braking. So you do have adjustability of regenerative braking to re-energize that lithium ion battery. We have 2 cup holders, nice soft armrest, and what's great is you can actually slide it. It slides forward, it slides back, because here's more seat controls. You actually have your ventilated and heated seat controls right here, or you could go through the screen. We open this up, more of that beautiful design, really shows that it was thought through. You got a little party tray for your pistachios, your macadamia nuts, and then you have a nice deep area loaded up with Twinkies. You could easily put about 14 Twinkies in there, plus a 12 volt, and then watch this. Let's say you have like a shorter cup, like a styrofoam cup. You don't want to drop it in there because it's going to go all the way to the bottom of the cup holder. You take one of these out, and you just put it in there. And now what that did was your bottle doesn't go, or your cup doesn't go as deep. If I take it out, see the difference? Nice engineering options to have while you're driving. Plus you got the party tray, which is great. Who doesn't want a nice party tray for their nuts? Seats, it's that soft text material, really, really lives up to its name. The stitch work is great, perforated all the way down. You have electric assist for the passenger and the driver, which is great. Nice wide lower bottom, good bolstering. Let's take a look at Crown Vic. There's Victor working that camera. Let's make Victor go bye-bye. So you have your digital camera. Look at that. It's like watching nature TV. I could watch that and look at the bears and the lions and the tigers that come out in Florida, out in the woods and stuff. And then we make it back to a mirror again. Now, get ready for the best part, the Stargaze panoramic sunroof. Now, this does not open. It's just a glass roof, but right now we have it in opaque. It uses these electrically charged particles to make it opaque, and by the press of a button, clear. You don't want that much sun, but you want a little bit, we go back to opaque. Clear, opaque, clear, opaque. I could do this all day long. And then what's nice is, say you don't want anything, they actually give you as well the nice quick power sliding shade there to make it go away. And if you want it back again, all touch of a button. That's technology that I've only seen in high-end cars like Bentleys, Rolls-Royce or McLaren to have that kind of roof technology. It's only available in the Limited. But why don't you come on over to the business side of things, because there's a switch over here on the dash that allows you to change modes and stuff. I want to show you behind the business end of this 2021 Venza. All right, guys, business time. Now, you do have 2 memory seat settings for the driver's side, of course, because you do have 8-way adjustable, power adjustable seat, which is really nice. Down below, you have this nice aluminum panel with the Venza name that lights up at night, give you a little bit of ambient lighting. You have your 8-way adjustable seat controls, easy to get to. Now, the steering wheel is the same exact steering wheel out of any other Toyota, but the great news is it's got a good thickness. Horn button, not the sexiest. I wish they would do something a little bit more just attractive with the horn button. This area I'm gonna zonk, this dead space here. They could have put Venza, hybrid, or just hollow it out, but I do like the silver trim. Flat black on the buttons. This does have Toyota Sensing 2.0, which is your lane keep assist, emergency braking, pedestrian warning, leaving people in the back warning. So you're fully covered. This is almost going to make the mistakes of your past go away. That's how good this Venza is. Now, you do have an optional on the Limited, that 10-inch head-up display. Plus, you got a great gauge layout. You have an analog eco, power, and charge gauge with a fuel gauge, with a coolant gauge in the bottom. You have that 7-inch TFT display, and then you have an analog speedometer and fuel gauge on the right. And then if you look at that TFT display, it's really nice, all of the information. It's a cornucopia of information. It's like a garage sale of information. You can see the charging there, really, really clear. And then on top of that, like I mentioned earlier, you do have full EV mode, which right now it's unavailable because we're sitting here in park. But you also have, let me clear that out, you also have your different drive modes. So you have sport, normal, and eco. 3 different drive modes, easy to select. You can see when you go into sport, you get a little bit of red trim there. But it's nice to have that versatility depending on what type of driving that you're doing. You have electric, tilting, and telescoping steering wheel, which is great. And like I pointed out, I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of headroom up here. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are going to like this new Venza. All right, guys, backseat time. The wonderful news is it's unbelievable. Toyota has done it. They worked their magic. Plenty of headroom, even with the Stargaze panoramic glass roof. Plenty of headroom. And remember, lithium-ion batteries underneath this rear passenger seat. So you can see how much size is saved with going with the smaller lithium-ion battery than with the old style. That soft text material all the way around the back, super soft. Nice size pocket in there. Put a couple Snickers bars. Put a payday. Everybody deserves a payday every now and then. Put it back there. Got a pocket for you and a pocket for me, so we can have our own payday. You don't have to take any of mine. 2 AC vents, and then what's really nice is that they got your rear seat passengers covered with 2 USBs so that they keep their devices nice and charged. Seating position, it really is comfortable in here. Very, very comfortable. I'm really loving this soft text material. Fold that down. Nice armrest, 2 cup holders. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the cargo area and see how much room that this Venza has. All right, guys, time to get into the cargo area of this 2021 Venza. The great news is we have a limited trim, so that means hands-free operation. The sensor is right about here underneath the rear bumper. We're just gonna swipe our foot, stand back, you get a chime, up she goes. Look, Mom, no hands. And then you can see the amount of space that we have here. I'm gonna flip up our security shade. You'll notice we have that JBL subwoofer because we have the JBL, like I mentioned earlier, 9-speaker premium audio sound. You're looking at over 35 cubic feet of space, nice and wide, also tall as well. And then on top of that, we have a soft text pull tab. Even with the beautiful stitch work, we lift that up. Look at all that space down there. You have a great size spare, plus you have plenty of room to hide those Twinkies, those Hostess fruit pies, maybe some ding dongs, so that nobody in your family gets hangry on those longer trips, because you're not pulling over for fuel, especially in this Venza. Now, to get the seats to go down, it's real simple. You're gonna just pull up on this tab on each side. Seats fold down, not totally flat, but still quite impressive, because remember, underneath that rear passenger seat is the lithium-ion battery pack. But let's go ahead and get to the best part of this all-new Venza. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this first ever hybrid all-wheel drive Venza for a spin. All right, guys, we are in the 2021 Venza. I'm telling you right now, driving this vehicle, it really does feel like a Lexus, and that is a great thing to be. The tech is awesome. I love the Stargaze roof. Super, super smooth. Now, right now I have it in sport mode. This isn't a corner carver by any means, but I do want to showcase some of the acceleration and the handling of this hybrid vehicle. But let me come to a complete stop, and we're going to do acceleration test on throttle. Here we go. I can actually feel the power getting sent back to the rear wheels. Like I said, 0 to 60 in about 7.4 seconds or so. On the brakes. Look at this. Handles really, really nice and predictable. Is there body roll? Sure. But remember, this is not a corner carver, so it's still handling well, though. It's very predictable, very confidence inspiring. One thing I'm learning very, very quickly, the more that I get into hybrid vehicles, having that extra battery weight down low really lowers the center of gravity and helps with handling. I know the iPad style infotainment system screen is not everybody's favorite, but the great news is, just like in the larger Highlander, it's easy to get to this. Very, very nice and easy to get to. The gauge layout is familiar, just like on the RAV4 hybrid, and everywhere you touch in here, you feel a premium quality to it. Visibility, I know you would think visibility out the back glass would be very hard to see out of. It's actually really clear. Very, very nice. And then on top of that, limited trim has the digital rear view mirror to help you see out back. Side mirrors are great, but I'm gonna be quiet for a second because they really did some great work with sound deadening in here. And not only sound deadening, but also the acoustic quality. So, shh. So as you can see, it's really quiet in here. And I'm telling you, when you're having a conversation with somebody, it sounds really, really well done, the way they've done the acoustics and whatnot. Head-up display, talking now loud again, so don't freak out, don't adjust your volume. Head-up display, super clear. It's got my lane keep assist. It's got a tachometer. It tells me what the speed limit is, and of course my speed. So all that information is covered very well. The ventilated seats work extremely well, and they're comfy as can be. So the good news is you'll be able to hypermile the heck out of this thing, but you're also going to be comfortable while you're doing it. And like I said, the exterior wrapper, very, very attractive. At first, I'll be honest with you. If it's time to be honest, I'll be honest while we're driving. First, let me go to this right-hand bed. I'll be honest. When they first announced that this Venza was going to be a hybrid, and when I saw it, I was like, well, what would make somebody buy this over a RAV4? I get it now. You're getting that higher luxury premium feel. I think that the RAV4 hybrid is great. I think the RAV4 hybrid would be probably used for somebody who's doing a little bit more adventure type stuff, maybe mountain biking, maybe canoeing or kayaking, where this is, you want the hybrid technology, you want all-wheel drive, but you also want a little bit more sexier appearance. The Venza definitely has a sexier appearance to it. Let me go ahead, come to a stop. Remember, we have that regenerative braking. So slow us down here. I'm going to on throttle. Here we go. Drops back. We are off and running. And let's see how she handles. I'm going to be quiet, if you can believe that. Obviously, the sore spot for me is that ECVT. You know, either you're on throttle or the tach totally drops, which just hurts a little bit with driving engagement. But when you're doing quote unquote, and I'm doing my quotes here, quote unquote normal driving, you're not really noticing it that bad. It's only under hard acceleration where you're really getting a difference. But with that Toyota Sensing 2.0, you're getting the lane trace. You're getting all the safety features to keep you and your family very, very safe, very secure. I think for the price, starting at $32,000 And this one being a tick under 40, I think they hit the nail on the head perfectly with the price and with the special amenities. All right, guys, hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what this 2021 Venza is all about. Really great to be able to bring this to you first and show you the outsides, the insides, and everything in between, especially with this nice drive portion finally. I know you've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting to share with you, and the pricing. But we're gonna get back to our undisclosed location and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a wonderful day with this all-new 2021 Venza. Definitely got to thank Corey and Zach over at Toyota USA for allowing Rady's Rides access to this new vehicle before it even hits the showrooms. And we got the limited trim with all the great technology. I'm very impressed with what Toyota is doing, especially when it comes to styling. 9 out of 10 times, people said this was a Lexus. And really the way that it drives, the maximum MPGs, and I can't stop playing with that Stargaze roof. It really shows what Toyota is bringing to the table, especially for the price. If it's new hybrids, new vehicles that you want to see for the first time on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Crown Vic. Out here in the middle of nowhere, I could leave him here and nobody will find him, but he trusts me. So thank you, Crown Vic, and all the work that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.